Oh, we're back to it after 1 week's break from streaming because I just wanted to keep playing through so much more No More Heroes, which I've got my fill of for the time being. So now I'm back to just doing some Lightgun games. Got two on the menu as the name suggests: Ninja Assault, and at the very bottom, Vampire Knight. Both of these Lightgun games, produced by completely wrong developer. Produced by Namco, just because, it's the GunCon 2. That's pretty much like the best light gun they made for like this era of consoles. But we're gonna do these in release order: Ninja Assault first, and then Vampire Knight. Like these are arcade style light gun games to their core, so just doing a single playthrough will be pretty quick for both of them. Also, if anyone notices, okay, hold on. Trying to make sure. Alright, good. Gotta make sure calibration works well. Just because I feel like something with the cable or whatever on my controller, or if if I leave it to hang, it's just gonna result in the target and reticule to just get all wonky and all over the place unless I have it rested on something. But yeah, I'm trying a couple things with this stream since I had a whole week to take off from my usual schedule. The first is something that is will be probably most apparent to anyone that sees this, but I'm using a bit of a lighting trick here. Basically, there's been some technological advancements in the ways of stuff to add to to your VTuber avatars during streams to kind of enhance the whole streaming experience. And that was a bit of a little lighting trick that someone initially created for Vroid, 3D type VTubers, but then someone eventually found a way to do a similar trick in OBS for live 2D models, which is what I have. So because of that, I decided, why not try this? Especially because for retro streams like this, where I've gone to all the trouble to have my own custom-made CRT overlay, something that I would say is that has a great feeling of familiarity to people from back in the day, is playing games on a CRT in a dark room and just the phosphorus glow from the screen just illuminating everything that's close to it. So I figured that's what I would try and do with this lighting setup here. Yeah, I think this is all good. Honestly, it's kind of appreciated that for this, surprisingly not even Time Crisis 2 or 3, but the fact that it just shows the on-screen reticule when you're in the menus, but it obviously does not once we get into gameplay. I found that particularly curious. Hold on, so okay, let's see what to do. Yeah, alright. I was trying to see if there's a way to change the controls so that I don't have to exclusively shoot off the screen to reload. Because I've been fortunate enough with playing Virtua Cop on the PS2 specifically that I was able to get around that specific type of limitation by just pressing any of the buttons on the GunCon. Though right now, we got multiple things to choose from as far as chapters. I could definitely see this being something that is the way these modes are set up. You're expected to play them multiple times and get different unlocks that way. But I mean, we're going for something that's more arcade-like, so... yeah, we'll just go with the arcade style to start with.
Looks like we have some company. Your loyal lapdogs have come to save you, Your Highness.
Let me go!
Yeah, this definitely looks like Time Crisis 2 era Namco graphics. Like arcade graphics specifically. Okay. Oh, wow. Alright, so this is... oh, like, so, like, I had done, like, a test playthrough of, like, yeah, gotta get used to, again, to doing the... oh, shoot, I probably used up any ninjutsu I probably had because I kept trying to hit the C button. But yeah, it's like this is already starting out, like, in a manner that is very different from, like, the test playthrough I did, where I think I just picked the top left option among those, like, 4 playthrough modes. Oh, this is real silly. Because, I mean, like, this is a light gun game, obviously. You're expected to, like, fight with guns of some kind. Or rather, just anything that can throw projectiles. And you would think with ninjas, it's like, okay, just a whole lot of ninja stars, shuriken, that kind of thing. No, they bullshit a reason to go, yeah, your characters all managed to get, like, magic, like, automatic firing flintlock pistols. It's insane. Okay. And also kind of going back to the talk about like the lighting I went with that I wanted to try out, at least for this stream. A good reason to use it here is because it becomes most evident in motion when you're playing a light gun shooter, where the method in which it tries to register your shots is by literally flashing the screen white for a single frame. Like, so you very easily see that reflected on... Ah, crap. It's like, I get House of the Dead energy from this with like some of these very specific enemies and how tanky they are, but it just does not feel like it. It's not like 100%. Like it's very much like a Namco Studios like approximation of what classic House of the Dead like gameplay is supposed to feel like. So I'm honestly surprised that just that the way that this is starting out is completely different from what I had tried like weeks ago. Just when I loaded this game on my hard drive to make sure that it worked. I mean, if I had known this, I probably would have dedicated an entire stream or two to playing through all these different, like, story modes.
Damn.
But I honestly think it's going to be more better for my sanity if I just do what I've already planned to go through this game than Vampire Reign.
She will make quite the pretty sacrifice for my master.
Yeah, whatever.
It will take greater men than you to save her now.
But yeah, like the aesthetic change as well as different gameplay change, I feel is fine enough for what for the stamina that I have to work with when playing light gun games. Because of the ones I've played thus far, I've been very appreciative of how just like how nice and short a single playthrough is. I mean, like the longest I went is probably like, I think it might actually still be Virtua Cop Rebirth. Like, I don't even think the main game and rescue mission of Time Crisis 3 went on as long as that game did. And And that was like a case of me like doing Virtua Cop 2 twice to do the left and right routes. This, meanwhile, I can't imagine this like going longer than that would. Yeah. Oh yeah, and also just like looking at more of like the on-screen UI elements this has, it's like the way the scoring system is set up. You know, it's tracking like my points. Like it's very Namco Time Crisis style. Ah. That said, though, considering how some aspects are giving me vibes of like what it was supposed to be like in Time Crisis, I'm definitely wishing that this had the decency to just go like Time Crisis but ninjas and have a cover system, because I feel like that's the only way that like dealing with like some of these enemies effectively makes sense, because it's like otherwise I feel like I'm dealing with like a lot of enemies that remind me of the more agile characters you'd fight in a House of the Dead game. Ah. Oh well, at least we got infinite continues. I made even with this set to easy, or very easy rather, I made no pretense of this being like a cakewalk otherwise. Because yeah. These games ended up being unknown for, I think, like a not surprising reason whatsoever, and that is these are not Time Crisis tier or Virtua Cop tier, or really just like Sega Lightgun game tier in general, I'd say. That's it though. This level we're going through, I do also like recall it showing up like, I think it was like at the start of one of the campaigns that I started on a test run. So I guess it is just like, yeah, it is making me more curious to look through all of these like campaign modes to kind of see like how, like, not just the changes but also how similar things are on the whole, because for a game like this there has to be a lot of like overlap in the reuse of certain levels, you know? Except that, like, as far as I'm still aware, though, I don't think there's, like, this game doesn't give you, like, any character ability differences between the different, like, player characters that you're given control of. But yeah, it's like you got, like, a hit counter. It gives you, like, extra bonus points. You know, like, it's a very Time Crisis-like. Still, I do kind of dig, like, the, for some of these very big enemies, how they get tons of hit stop as you... Oh, wow, S rank. That almost doesn't seem like it's deserved. Okay. Alright, but I got 7 credits left, which I guess... I guess I spoke to seeing like it's not infinite credits, at least not now, because this is a fresh save file.
My lord.
I also don't know off the top of my head if like Vampire Knight also starts off with like that same amount,
Servants of Princess Koto.
or if it is infinite.
Her sacrifice is critical to
like this is fine enough, but if I'm being honest, like to kind of get ahead of like where this is going, because I'm not streaming both of these games for like the purposes of like specifically like of going in blind and then like passing judgment on which I think is better, because I had to test these games on my hard drive to make sure they did work, and I already feel like from what little of both I've played, I'm already leaning more towards Vampire Knight, and it's for a very specific reason that I will not elaborate on until we get to like the crap. Until we get to like the boot up where like it goes through all like the company logos, because it's not just Namco, it's also something else. Yeah, just so many So many jumping enemies. Even when I'm sitting as close as I am to my monitor, it's not especially easy or fun to try and like hit them as that way. Oh, that's a bit close. Ooh, special bonus. Yeah, it's like a lot of quick reactions to things that are suddenly there without you realizing, followed by like a lot of rapid fire trigger pulls. Like that, see? Like, ah, shit. I sincerely hope that like just this arcade playthrough is like short enough that I can actually make it to the end. If not, then I might do like one of the other campaigns available on this, or one of the bonus games if they're available. Because I think, like, the absolute maximum amount of time that I think would be acceptable to have for each game is like an hour per. Whew. Alright. Things are, at the very least, moving at a pretty fast click. Ow. Okay, got him. And how much? Another S rank. Weird. Like my accuracy has been in the 50s kind of consistently, so I would have thought that would be a big part of it, but I don't know. That level and the one before, I seem to do all right as far as like getting whatever they expect for the S rank. I'm just stuck with that C rank on the first stage perpetually. Oh yeah, this is a House of the Dead boss right here. Oh, come on. Yep, as always, just shoot the big exposed glowing weak spot. Oh, come on. You just had to move out of the way. God. Man. All like these reload shortcuts that I've gotten from stuff like Virtua Cop or whatever has really softened me as far as like being able to reliably shoot outside the screen and then like immediately aim back. Like even the Wii ports of stuff like Ghost Squad, for instance, don't really like do that. I feel like they just like have a program where you kind of like do like a quick flick of the Wii remote to go off the screen, then on, and that counts as reloading. Like that makes more sense to me. I think that's my main problem. I don't mind having to like aim outside the screen, but I sure wish that I would just automatically reload there as opposed to making me have to do a trigger pull, because with how rapid I have to do these hits, it does feel like I am having to what's the word? It's like it's like making me lose a track real quickly of like how many times I pulled the trigger and so forth. Got him. Okay. No credit lost that time. Cool. But God, yeah, these are like some late 90s Namco arcade / early PS2 graphics. Like so much. Holy shit. Alright, stage 4. Another S rank. Wait, 87th out of 100. Wait, maybe that's not like... that's probably not a rank like in terms of like an individual stage basis. Maybe that's just like cumulative. Maybe that's the point, because that's probably like listing like what my final rank is potentially gonna end up at. Ugh. Oh man. Jesus. Okay. Oh, man. So much to keep track of. And it is still the kind of frustrating part when, like, going through these games, especially for the first time, where it's like, your frame of reference is obviously going to be for the bits that you know are good to begin with. You know, like, I'm getting a lot of House of the Dead vibes in a ton of respects, but it's also kind of highlighting to me how much, like, various House of the Dead games are a lot better when it comes to the things that this game's trying to do. Like, I get it. They're ninjas. Ninjas are agile, but you would kind of hope that they wouldn't use that conceit to have a lot of, like, enemy encounters that feel like very quick gotchas, you know? Like, stuff that you really could not account for unless you already have, like a 100%, like, memorized knowledge of the game before starting. Which is, like, there's definitely a way that some arcade games do things if all they care about is money and not providing a fair experience. Sega arcade games, at least, you know, they pull fast ones on you, but they're at least, like, very consistent, and, like, you see them coming, like, just far enough in advance that it does not feel like it's a sucker punch, and more like that was on you, and it's like, no, you absolutely could get that next time. You know, Virtual Cop, Ghost Squad, like, those games are full of that stuff. Okay, that's at least, like, a cool camera angle, just trying to convey some of the ninja type stuff. Oh, fuck. Alright, down to 5 credits left. Let's keep going. Surprised I got as far as I did on just that tiny sliver. Oh. Oh, man. I wonder if I should try, like... Oh, God. Like... Actually, I might... It's probably going to take me a while to get used to, but I actually should try and, like, aim down to have the gun pointing off the screen. Because I feel like I've tried to do it, like, aiming up. Which, again, I'm still doing habitually. And is kind of proving to be my downfall in certain areas. But I think with, like, where the gun is positioned and my hands are positioned, it would be a lot smarter if I were to just aim down, pull the trigger, and then aim back up. That seems to be a lot more reliable in getting the game to recognize the gun's no longer pointed at the TV. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, these are tough. Okay, that's all of them.
There must be a way into the castle.
There! I can smell the princess's perfume.
That's very specific. Yeah, seriously, look at those pistols! Look at those weird automatic firing flintlocks. Like, that should not be fucking possible. It's like the dumbest conceit possible to try and shoehorn a ninja aesthetic into a light gun game. Okay, but here we go. Stage 6. I have no idea how many stages there are to this, but hopefully it's not too many more. This might actually be enough credits to get to the end, hopefully. Ah, okay. Okay, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool looking. Oh, you can't shoot them in the holes? Boo. They really find ways to, like, take advantage of people that have that habitually reload after each enemy. Ah, fuck. All right. God damn it. Man, these enemies are weird. Oh, no. That's... that was kind of what I was worried about with, like, trying to switch up to aiming down off the screen, is that I worry about, like, I'll do it too quickly and like hit the end of the gun con on the table, which I don't want. Okay. Yeah, this game's real weird. Ow. Yeah, I completely lost track as far as like what order of like anything that was on the screen there I should have been hitting. Okay. God, the further we get in, the more that I am just seeing like clear analog to like various House of the Dead enemy types. Like the ones jumping out of the water, that's totally an enemy in those games. Admittedly, I'm forgetting the name of it, but I'm pretty sure anyone that's played House of the Dead knows exactly what I'm talking about in those instances. Ugh. Oh, come on. Shoot, and I missed my chance to shoot like a healing item. Son of a bitch. Oh, jeez. Thank God for that hit stop, though, man. This is already like on the scale, like this kind of game I feel ranks as okay only. But man, it would be so much worse if like the hit stop on those bigger enemies wasn't a thing. Because otherwise, you'd be hard pressed to be able to actually like you'd be hard pressed to kill them before they actually like land a hit on you or something. Again, I'm still having trouble with trying to aim off the screen.
Fools who dare to challenge hell? We are the Dragon Lords. We slay all who intrude upon these grounds. This place will be your tomb.
Wow, that's one ugly dude. Ah. Okay, let's not die right during this boss fight. Bullshit! No, I was shooting you. That clearly should have counted. Ooh, oh my God, that was close. Oh wow. Woo. Yeah, twirl that gun. Alright, stage 7.
My son, the humans seem to be troubling you.
Mother, I have shamed us.
I will have to teach you a lesson.
Ooh. Another boss already? Alright, let's go. Ow, fuck you. Just cause I missed a few shots during that. That's the real dickish part about this, when you don't really get those like good margins for error. Ugh. Ow! Again, it's like the hit stop works until you start to miss even just one bullet from that. Like that's the worst part. I'm probably gonna be losing multiple. Jesus, man. Would it kill you to have a wider hitbox on your goddamn tail? And it really does feel like it's just, man, only 8 bullets. I almost feel like that really should be more. Oh, man. Okay. Still got him. Man, this is a... How? I'm pretty sure I did not miss a single bullet from that. Unless you're really meaning to tell me that, like, I was not quick on the draw fast enough for that. Seriously? Like, oh, wow. Wow, they really did not care. I don't even know if this game, like, got, like, a proper arcade release, but they're sure as hell designing it like a run-of-the-mill kind of exploitive arcade game right now. Jesus. Or it could be I was bad at it. I don't know. I feel like there have been moments in playing some of the House of the Dead games where, like, I had... Fuck! Come on! Two credits left. Jesus. Yeah, now I'm really... Oh, fuck! Aim off the screen, damn it! Yeah, this is really taking a while now. Oh, fuck. Good grief. I sincerely hope the rest of these stages that they have for me are just boss related or something. I don't know. I feel like I was able to tell, like what signposting, like, on that world map it shows is supposed to be the, how it's supposed to be, like, the stages in question. So yeah, like, that X was marked off. So I'm hoping those top 2 are stage 8 and 9, and that will be it.
What is this? An earthquake?
Ah! Look!
Oh, wow.
Excuse the informal entrance.
The princess is close. Hurry.
Princess is close, and we may or may not be able to save her based on how much damage we keep crewing. Ugh. Okay. Just gotta keep focus from here on out. We're in the final stretch. Oh, fuck you! Oh, fuck. Come on. That's some bullshit damage right there, man. Seriously. Like this game does not give a shit anymore. I get that this is potentially the penultimate level, but fuck off. I set this to very easy for a reason. I at least wanted to, like, get through all this and show, like, most if not all of it as possible. Fuck, man. Jeez. Oh, jeez. And I just hit, like, the fucking edge of the PS2 as well, just trying to aim down. God, it's like... This is why I prefer just having a button to, like, reload for these, like in Virtua Cop Rebirth or just going into cover in Time Crisis on this controller. It's like... I get when you design the challenge of your game around, like, having to find times to reload and fucking shoot and, like, aim outside the screen to do that. Like, Virtua Cop at least does that well and, like, has it, like, make sense and not feel like they do it in order to, like, pull a gotcha on you or something. Oh, fuck off. Wow, this is just not... This game's not being cool anymore about this. Like, what are you doing?
So, you have managed to get this far. What loyal lapdogs. But your quest shall end here.
It probably will. I've got like one more credit after this. Seriously, like... Oh, yeah, see, look at that. I aimed off screen, damn it. I mean, this boss, I guess, is kind of cool, like the attacks he's doing, but it's just... Oh, man. I'm pretty sure I can't even hit him when he's doing those... Yeah, see, ugh. Yeah, that's clearly not fair. I was shooting him as he was coming out of that portal, and that some reason was not enough, like... Either it was just not on the right frame or whatever it was that he was able to keep going and not get, like, locked by the hit stop. Yeah. Yeah, I dig the silliness that this game has going for it with its, like, core conceit, but I cannot lie. As far as light gun games go, like, on this system, this is especially mid.
Your Highness, you are safe.
The evil master is behind that screen.
Please excuse us, Your Highness.
Oh, this does look like it's the final level anyway, so if I die, I'll actually consider that the end for this, and we can move straight on to Vampire Knight, which will be very refreshing.
No! Be careful! He is...
This girl's voice acting is something, alright.
Let us have some fun before my ceremony. I will bury you before your princess.
Uh-huh. Okay. Giant skull demon. Cool. Sure, do your worst. It's the final level.
Get ready.
Okay. Alright, so Bony Andros for a light gun boss. Cool, I guess. Ooh, just barely. Oh my god, man. Reload. Come on. This whole shoot outside the screen stuff is something I really wish I could just, like, toggle off or something. Or just... well, okay. I tried. Again, I'm pretty sure a lot of my troubles would not have been the way they were if they just let me, like, remap these inputs to something else so that it's like... Oh, man. Okay, A, R, C. Yeah, like, just any of the other buttons, even the D-pad for all I care. Just, like, map, like, let me put reload to a button. Considering how little, like, with how my recording streaming setup is, and the amount of space I have to move around in, I really don't want to have to, like, move this. Fireworks is now available. Number of continues increased. Whoa, okay.
Once upon a time, in
Huh. Let me actually double check this stuff. I guess it's not in the options or anything. Now, you know what? Actually, before that, let's see what, like, Fireworks has to offer or something, assuming that's the case. Oh, wait. Okay. Huh. Well, I guess that would make it like a... like the light gun equivalent of Fantavision. Okay, so shooting fish, shooting golden coins, shoot throwing stars, quickly destroy the samurai dummies. Yeah, you know what? I'm actually gonna call that for this first game. I'd rather, like, I feel like they're like, I'm not feeling like what these little training modes are trying to, like, present here or whatever, and I don't want to, like, get started on mission mode right now and suddenly realize that there's something big that I could, like, invest in with that, because it looked like, you know, just like looking at, like, with mission mode again, there's, like, a lot already. Yeah, it's like Chapter 1, that's the only one that's, like, available. These 4 are then, like, I have to beat all the, like, the 4 different, like, campaign, like, modes, and then final for all missions, which is interesting, but I don't know. As I said before, it's a light gun shooter that, like, feels mid compared to, like, some of its contemporaries, be it directly those made at Namco, or even stuff from Sega, which, let's be real, that's always been a cut above even, like, the best Time Crisis games. Let's be real. Okay. Reboot. Still, I'm at least glad to have gone all the way through, or, like, most of the way through of one of those campaigns, just to kind of see how it ramps things up, you know? What the Ugh. God damn it, man. Admittedly, if I actually had physical copies for these specific games, the swapping between them would go a whole lot faster, but instead I have to wait for the free hard drive boot to load up, then get into OPL, and have that load, and then get to the next game in question, among the list of all the other games that I have on there, which is slowly growing, admittedly. I feel like I didn't really go quite off the deep end, like, when I got this new hard drive yet, to load up literally every single game I could think of, because I knew that, like, some that I had tried loading onto it beforehand had issues running. Like, just one of those games that, like, lately would, like, have issues with how, like, Open PS2 loader works. Surprisingly, it never really happens so much with, like, with a lot of, like, the Japanese developed PS2 games that are specifically that have that very stock specific PS2 look to them, you know? Something like that Ninja Assault had, that we could clearly see that. And I think Vampire Knight, as you'll see, has that too. But it also has the other thing that makes me, I think, on the surface, like this more than Ninja Assault, and it lies in the company logos that it displays. Okay. Alright, so loading the game. So there we go. We got Namco. You know, as always. Then, wait, Sega? WoW Entertainment, which is like at the time was like a subsidiary of Sega. I'm pretty sure, like, they became like Sega WoW, like that was their rebrand later on, and that was the studio that I'm pretty sure was specifically responsible for the PS2 Shinobi games. But yeah, like, Namco produced, but Sega developed. And I've been dropping a lot of comparisons to House of the Dead when I was going through the through Ninja Assault. I think you will see very clearly once we get into the gameplay proper that this is just a reskin House of the Dead, but with vampires as the monsters instead of like weird zombie men. Okay, so we got all that adjusted. Also, surprisingly to see that like this game actually had support for the OG Gun Con. Just kind of curious. Okay. But yeah, there's like no like. Oh yeah, I should probably like make a new save file for this right now. Oh, that bright sky blue color. Okay. So yeah. You see, and like, I mean, look at this. Like, I saw this like chapter screen that it shows. This has some pretty strong like House of the Dead 2 energy or stuff like that. Like the weird like psychedelic looking like color title cards and whatnot.
We're here at last. Yes. How long I've waited for this moment.
And because Sega was involved with this, they made sure they could get the absolute best in truly awful English voice actors.
And who shall die?
Looks like nothing survived here, too. They're coming.
Oh yeah. And the one thing that I automatically like about this more, I don't need to aim outside the screen in order to reload. I can just press any of the other buttons. And when any of the buttons, I mean literally all except for start, which is pause. You know, so A, B, C, and D pad, those are all available for use. I can keep my gun trained at all times. It automatically feels so much better. It's pretty simple to start out, but like much like House of the Dead, you do have like random NPCs that you do have to save, but the way you save them here is very different than how it is in House of the Dead. In House of the Dead, you're in a situation where you had to stop like a monster that was approaching the character you needed to save. Here, you have to save these people that have been taken over by like these vampire parasites. Assuming that I make sure that I hit the weak point, like so. There's two. Oh, but that's what happens if you don't shoot the weak point. It takes over and transforms them completely. So, yeah.
We hunt the creatures of the dark, vampire hunters.
I love how straight up turn of the millennium edgelord vampire hunter these dudes look. Like, Belmonts these dudes are not. So silly. Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Okay.
As might have been expected of a vampire hunter.
Wonderful. What interesting experimental material they are.
That subtitle formatting was really weird on they are just being like the bottom right.
Interesting.
They didn't even think to, like, center this properly. See, unlike Ninja Assault, because this is made by Sega devs specifically, and they are the kings of 3D arcade games, this has more of an endearing quality to it.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Reload.
Oh, shoot. Well, yeah, that's definitely a way that it goes differently. Like,
Wait! Take me with you!
House of the Dead 2, I'm pretty sure it was like 2 to 3 years before this game came out. And like the House of the Dead 2 method of design is so like evident here, where it's like you have route changes that will just happen like in very subtle ways. Mostly it's like if you fail to shoot something of importance that shows up like fast enough. Like that. Like I did not kill that vampire that grabbed the little girl in time. So it resulted in me going on this different route compared to the again, that's formatting. It's so weird. Like, what were you thinking? But yeah, like these kind of subtle route changes. This is sort of thing I really did appreciate. Okay, there we go.
Behind you!
Yeah, this is completely different from the test run I did. Like, I was actually able to like kill that vampire before dragging that girl down, and I was like so much of this level is now different. And honestly, it's like this may be a very unknown game on the same tier as Ninja Assault, but I will at least give it more credit that because they had Sega's involvement, they were able to more accurately rip off the game that they were trying to base this off of. Ninja Assault, I felt, did not do the best job it could have in providing like a House of the Dead style light gun shooter experience with ninjas. You know, this does a better job of doing that, but with the vampire hunter motif. Oh. Okay.
I thought I wouldn't make it. Thank you.
Light up.
You need to get that gait of yours checked, man. That walk does not look right. Ah. Jeez. Well, 2 hits, but I got 1 back from saving that civilian, so it kind of works, I guess. Yeah, and just like House of the Dead 2, they're all like, don't come, don't come. Yes, you can take that line to mean whatever you think it should.
Stay back.
I obviously made the joke about that when I played House of the Dead 2, just because the way the delivery always just makes it sound like someone is telling you not to come. Like, just don't blow your load too early, man. Come on.
Draw your guns. Don't disappoint.
Oh, wow. Yeah, and it's like, even the way the health bar is, like, set up, it is way more House of the Dead like than even it was with, like, the few bosses that we fought in Ninja Assault. Okay. Got through that without taking a hit, though. That's not bad. Whew.
Now, let's have some fun.
Yeah, let's have this really cool run through like a snowy forest. Like this is a pretty cool like first boss kind of setup here, I have to admit. Yeah, you gotta shoot him as well as like shoot the shock waves that he emits from his sword, which, you know, that's cool. It's always cool when you can play a light gun game that is like, yeah, you can shoot everything, including the things that, like, no bullet would ever be able to counteract in a real-life scenario. Like, that's not the point. You're not expecting, like, gun realism, like, in an arcade shooter like this. You're in for the fun. You're in for the thrill of it all. That, unfortunately, is still hard for me to, like, deal with. But I think with, like, the extra lives we've given ourselves and continues, I feel like, unlike Ninja Soul, we're actually going to be able to see the end of this game.
But the fun's over. Be prepared, because I've no mercy.
Oh, yeah. And now, yet another exhibit of what solidifies this game as just being House of the Dead with vampires. Like, the giant monster, as well as showing where the obvious weak point is with a diagram. Hologram, rather. Yeah. This guy's a chump. Like, I beat this boss on my practice run, and that's where I stopped, because I knew that, like, this was definitely worth it for me to, like, save for doing a stream and getting it done in like, at the time, the near future. Obviously, the near future is now.
What are you fighting for? Why? Is there no way to free us from fate?
Oh wait, wrong game. Shit.
Life up.
Oh, cool. Thanks for the life up. Again, like, I really am just turning into a broken record every time I say it, but this is so House of the Dead 2. It hurts. And yet, I kind of love it just for that. Like, it is insane. How on point it is. I mean, even WoW Entertainment specifically wasn't the developer of House of the Dead 2, which is what this is based off of, clearly. Like this was more... Like House of the Dead 2, I'm pretty sure that was AM1 back in the day. That's who it was, but I mean, I'm sure that doesn't make much difference, because I feel like if it's a Sega studio and they're gonna make a game, chances are, like, plenty of, like, the inside tips on how to actually make it work are gonna get shared with the necessary team members so that it's up to those particular standards. Oh dear.
Reload.
Shoot all of these. Shoot everything on screen, including... Oh wow, I cannot believe I did not get hit by a single one of those. Oh, good. I got that right at the end of the hallway.
Reload.
Whew, just barely. Oh, wow. Oh, nice. You hit the canisters on their back. That, like, counts as an instant kill. That's dope. Oh, this game's... Oh, shoot. I didn't see you there, man. I'm so... Or girl, I'm so sorry. Oh, God. I don't even know if, like, there's something you can do by shooting, like, those bricks that seem to be jutting out. I guess not. It's easy to deal with those kind of projectiles when they are as bunched together as they are. Huh. Yeah, it's like they're not so bad. There's probably a chance that it's somewhat influenced by how it's all being done with on very easy.
Yes, I'm back to normal.
Sure. Whatever you say. Huh. Nice. Can I? Oh, wow. Really? You're not even going to try and shoot that beforehand. Just jump through at the right moment, and somehow that'll work. Oh, wow. That's kind of... That was kind of weird. Like, this place looks hot. How are you not just, like, burning up? Like, there's clearly got to be, like, lava or something that's underneath. There we go. Continuing to shoot the tanks. Or maybe it's a bit easier if I just do this. Yeah, I think that's actually a lot easier. Just wait for them to go up into the air while spin dashing and then shoot them dead. Okay. Really, not too bad an experience overall, this. I don't know, like, how well it's, like, if at all, if it's showing up, like, on this OBS feed itself, but I'm noticing, like, a weird, like, vertical, like, pixel color banding line on the right side. That looks kind of wrong. I don't know what it is. It's not impacting my ability to, like, play this or anything. Oh, jeez. This thing. This is beyond obvious, just a House of the Dead boss. Like something I would expect to see, especially out of the first game of all things. Oh god, I swear, if this game near the end throws us an analog to the Magician, that I'm gonna lose my mind, for real. Okay, he still feels fairly easy to deal with, assuming that you can hit him like when he's moving around like that. Ah. Okay.
Reload.
Yeah, it's like you're clearly like, if you can't actually hit him as he's moving around like that, you are dealing some amount of damage, but it's very minimal. And the whole point is that you do want to cash in some big damage when the red health meter shows up to kind of indicate that he's doing an attack and you need to like stagger him out of it. Like that. God, that reload sound clip is like peak Sega. Can I? Oh, just barely. Nice. Oh, man. How is that? Oh, whatever. One hit. Getting hit once during that, that's not bad at all. Honestly. You just gotta keep at it.
So, that's the way it is it? Me, defeated by humans? Never!
I'm not owned.
That was scary.
And now that girl's just gonna continue to play tag along with us. Alright. No life up this time. That's fine. Okay. Phantasma Concerto.
He's been defeated.
He deserved it.
You still can't forget about her.
What do you know? What I have lost. The pain I have suffered.
This dude looks like if
Now,
Steve Burnside went
see
off the
what a
deep
human
end
can
into
do.
like being a faux vampire or some
rescuing me.
nonsense.
There's no need to thank us. We're here too. They're coming.
They're coming. Alright, back to it. Okay. Oh, great, it's
I
you.
must admit, you have done well. Go. Humans? How vain can you be? Enough! You humans disgust me! Now it's your turn to suffer!
Wow, just the boss fight already. I'm surprised, really. You know, it's actually starting to make me worried now, like, maybe they blew their load, like, on the first couple stages with, like, the House of the Dead 2 style branching paths. Because I don't recall me running into anything like that during the last stage. And this one just had us go straight into, like, a boss fight, like, after like, a few enemies. So I'm... Huh. Yeah, that really is the case. That's going to be, like, pretty unfortunate disappointment for this game. Ow.
Reload.
Come on. Where are you? There. Alright. They seemed less concerned with that kid than as much as it was me. Oh boy. Okay, got her. Saved, rather.
Impossible! You can't take them on with just a gun.
Bitch, just watch me. Oh god. Ooh. Real tricky. But like, I do appreciate like the crosshair that it briefly flashes every time like an enemy gets in a specific moment or something, but it's like, I don't know, like like it's, yeah, that's basically kind of like what I was thinking it was. It clearly like signifies like a weak point that you should be aiming at. That's honestly cool. Like, with some enemies in House of the Dead, like that was an aspect that was like kind of implied. Like especially at least when it came with like the regular like zombie type enemies, like you naturally would want to just aim at the head. Like that's what all media has taught us about how you deal with zombies is a good brain shot, like headshot to the brain. But here it's like it's being a lot more explicit about it by just going, hey, you know what? How about like that? Just have it so that there's like a subtle like crosshair that you can that you can. Oh, how was that not fast enough, man? Oh, I guess I wasn't hitting the right one. Oh, I see. Slight difference in animation. Okay, I got this. Ah, oh well. That's actually, I think, funny enough, my first continue. That's actually not too bad. And we're like on what? Stage chapter 4?
I couldn't save her. This pain, to heal my pain, I shall sacrifice my soul and be a vampire. Humans, heal my soul!
Oh, wow. What? Okay. This dude's definitely floating around like he's the magician. Oh, wow. I was really not prepared for it to be this soon. Although, he's straight up just summoning giant monster hands out of portals. This is actually kind of rad. Oh, my God. Okay, yeah. Don't concern yourself with, like, the big guy. Just shoot the little one floating around. This is Oh god, this is so the Magician boss fight in all the House of the Dead games. It hurts. He's obviously not doing the exact same attacks, but like this visual style for like the encounter, and that it's like a floating humanoid. It's like, you cannot deny that this is where their point of inspiration was coming from. And done. But yeah.
Sophie, please forgive me.
Please save him! Hasn't he suffered enough? Humans suffer, right?
Why? Why am I still alive?
Live your life as a human. Fight your soul once again.
Wow, just the hard cuts to this very tranquil result screen after the bad arcade style sound mixing that goes on with the cutscenes and the voice delivery. It's like it is some of the hardest whiplash I've ever experienced in like any one of these games. All right, Vinculum Nocturne, Chapter 5, let's go.
Please wait, Sir Vampire.
Sir Vampire, being very careful not to refer to him as Dracula.
No, please let me. I'll hold them off for sure.
Jeez. Like seriously, what is this discount Lenore in a white towel or something?
Not this time.
So be it. If this is what you want, I must stop you here.
All right. Wow, it really does seem like the further we get in, like the idea of traditional levels just gets like shorter and shorter. Like they really want us to go straight to bosses when we can. At least I assume so. Who knows? Maybe this will have like a chance to kind of redeem it and like give us more of a fully featured level. But yeah, just the way that this is set up. I already like the method of dealing with enemies in this compared to how it was in Ninja Assault, where it was just make sure you fire at them accurately, like at the soonest possible moment, and do not let up so that the hit stop will like keep them from getting to you. Because we designed the game so that that is the only way to avoid getting hit at the last possible second. Because we're psychos.
I must stop you here.
Oh, wow. Yeah, just right in their dick area. Oh, wow. Man, seeing how absolutely bright some of these rooms are, I'm definitely feeling the pain of like the color contrast adjustments I had to make for the stream, because outside of moments like that, it's generally pretty on point and as accurate as I can get to like how the colors look. Not really the colors, more like the brightness on my CRT looks. My CRT seems to just output certain colors like in a way that is like very like not at all the same as it does in OBS on any of my monitors. So I don't know, I just kind of leave it as is, as long as I get like the image size and like the scan line depth and opacity just right. I'm more than fine with that. It'd be nice though if I felt that there was like a good reason for me to like stream this out to 1440p native, because I did like change up my my stream scenes just enough for the purposes of being like basically I changed the base canvas size in OBS to 1440p because it would give me more room to work with sizing and placement of certain elements, but I still end up okay, yeah. Okay, I was a bit distracted because I was trying to shoot at the health up. That was at the from one of the potted plants. But yeah, like, this is 1440p on the OBS canvas, but I do have it downscaled to 1080p just because that's, like,
So you have come this
tends
far.
to be, like, that feels like
But I
the
cannot let you go
official
any further.
highest recommended, like,
Have it
resolution
your
to
way.
go with when streaming on Twitch.
Wait!
But I wish I could, like,
Why
get it to
can't you
be, like,
settle your
1440p native.
Why do you
So,
hate each other?
so that the scan lines would look their absolute
Humans
best.
and vampires.
Yeah, I am still streaming. Yeah, I just took a week off last week because of No More Heroes 3, finishing that first run and then going through the rest of the game in my own time. Yeah. Yeah, like new lighting installed, and this is obviously is like little gun image is what I use anytime like I do Lightgun streams. It amused me at least with the even VTubers wear face masks. I mean, it's technically like the yet still pointing a gun. Yes, it is not. Yeah, it is not lost on me just the way it looks. But that's why I put like an orange circle around the tip of the gun. You know, that's how you know it's a toy. That totally works, right? Also, given that my character is technically like a retired ninja, I could at least like have like some plausibility that the mask that I have is just for my former like attire, you know? Like I at least have that as an excuse. And speaking of ninjas with a gun, that was one of the games that we played that I played through here. So how are the games so far? Yeah, like the first one was Ninja Assault, which I played like at the start of the stream. That game's, as far as light gun games go, is like fairly average. Like it feels like a Namco attempt at like a ninja-themed House of the Dead, at least as far as how the enemies feel when you fight them. But they lean more towards the kind of agile enemies you face in House of the Dead. The thing that I at least appreciate the most about Ninja Assault is that, despite being ninja-themed, they decided that that your character still needed to have a gun anyway. So they just bullshitted the reason of having like a flintlock pistol that somehow fires like an automatic. It's real silly. This game, however, Vampire Rain, not Vampire Rain. Oh god, that's completely different. I just realized. But yeah, Vampire Knight, that's what it's called, is immediately way better. And the reason for it is that while this is like a Namco-produced game, this was actually made by Sega. It was Sega and WoW Entertainment, and they basically were like, hey, how about we just take the what we know from House of the Dead 2 and reskin it with vampires? That's basically it. It's House of the Dead 2 with vampires. Admittedly not as like fully fleshed out on like pacing and encounters as that game is, but it automatically feels a lot better for me than Ninja Assault did. Yeah, it does sound dope.
You must stay here if you don't want to die.
I mean, even listen to that voice acting.
You must live on.
Like that's peak Sega arcade voice acting right there. That's right at home with the House of the Dead comparisons. Whew.
So this is our destiny. I knew someday this day would come.
And here's our not Dracula.
Light and shadow.
Oh, you did ya? Huh?
As any
How's that been treating you?
how I have suffered. Where there is light, there is shadow.
Man, you are just reminding me though that it has been a long time since I've dived into any like tokusatsu of any kind for any reason. You know, like Ultraman, Sentai, Kamen Rider.
What we started
Oh yeah, yeah, that does happen.
This battle is for my devoted followers. The end to all.
Okay. And yeah, like that weak point screen when the boss is doing their introduction, that is like so House of the Dead as well. Like everything about this. Turns out, even when you have Namco producing the thing, as long as you have, like, Sega on the dev team, it is still going to produce a better Lightgun game than anything that Namco internally would develop. And I say that as someone that really likes Time Crisis 3. Wanted to see all the Christian imagery that apparently influenced Evangelion as we never got it here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, that is technically a thing that exists. Yeah, crucified Ultramen. Like... Yeah, and the funny thing, too, is how it's like... I'm pretty sure, like, in Ultraman's case, that's, like, the full extent that it goes to. I don't even think it goes to, like, the extent that Ava did, where it was, like, pulling up the names of actual angels that appeared in, like, the Bible or Apocrypha in specific orders. But yeah, like, if there was ever, like a more succinct and sane way to describe what Evangelion is and, like, what the means behind, like, its creation was, is that it's straight up like a dark deconstruction of, like, Mazinger and Ultraman style shows. Wait, it seriously has, like, those angel enemy names as well? Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Where there is no light, there is no shadow.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, that makes a bit more sense. Okay, I see now. That makes sense, and kind of surprising considering how it is like if you're watching anything like Japanese or like East Asian, like if there's gonna be like some religious references, it's always generally gonna be from the ones that are most common like in those areas, you know, like Buddhism or Shinto. Like seeing that like it's more in depth than Ultraman as far as like the Judeo-Christian references is surprising to me. But yeah, at the end of the day, though, you can at least see, like, with, like, Ultraman, when you see the fights in action, how that was, like, a clear inspiration for just, like, the physique of the Ava units and how that, like, plays out in the battles of that show. Yeah. Yeah, like, you go, like, if it is them just trying to, like, pull from stuff that is very much, like, outside of, like, the culture that they were part of, then that's clearly going to be, like, that's how you end up with stuff how it is in Ava. It's always more interesting for, like, the point of the story if it's being used by people that actually know the source material. There we go. Oh, wow, this dude ain't done. Yeah. Man, this is the weirdest final form for Dracula. Actually, no, I don't think I can even call this, even as a joke, because I just remembered the transformation of Dracula at the end of Castlevania Bloodlines, and I think that would still top this, with the crotch mouth.
and so will you.
I mean, the dude even looks like Dracula. But they don't call him Dracula, even though the name is technically supposed to be public domain.
We are not what we were 300 years ago. The girl, she changed us. She gave
some
us the
weird
warmth
transformations
of
in
that of a
movies
human.
like a bee with a bee coffin.
We shall disappear.
Oh, wow, that's pretty good.
We have no regrets. It's all over now. Farewell.
Oh, damn, what a twist. The vampire hunters were vampires all along.
6 months later.
Wow. Oh, wow, look at this early PS2, like real-time background right here.
I shall not forget.
Yeah.
My
Oh,
heart shall remember.
God, yeah. That probably was, like, the whole point behind her designs, because I noted when I started the playthrough of this was how very, like, 2000 era their Vampire Hunter designs were with the black trench coats and everything, man. Yeah. It really is that way, huh? Yeah, that's weird, like a super abrupt ending, like not even like a credits scroll. That's surprising. End. Yeah, this is, like, that end screen, and more than that, like the results screen for each chapter, it always cuts in a way that feels like the most abrupt and bizarre every time it happens. Like, it's done specifically to undercut any sort of drama or tension that it tries to establish in the cutscenes preceding it. So I just find it especially hilarious and endearing. Wow. Okay. So yeah, we're like... Yeah, got through playthroughs of both these games. Well, almost full playthroughs, because I had to cut Ninja Assault short because I actually ran out of continues right at the very last stage. But I decided, since that was the last stage and I was like part of the way through the boss, I figured that would be enough. But, you know, I'm actually gonna... just to fill out for a bit more time.
Excuse me, mister. Oh, no. I left my doll Molly up at Snowy Mountain.
Oh my God, girl, what is wrong with your voice?
Please, mister. Please find
Also, apparently it's mediocre. Referring to the to Ninja Assault, yeah, it is pretty mid. Oh wow, okay, this is a weird.
Looks like you're going vampire hunting. Need any items?
I'm reading this as the drug Molly. Okay, so what can we get? Oh wait, I can't even buy anything actually, because I got no money. Yeah, actually, I'm just gonna like start the special to see what it is, because it's like the arcade mode playthroughs of this have been like fairly like whatever ultimately, but I'll be honest, I'm always fascinated when I get to like these ports of like Lightgun games, that I'm curious to see what they come up with for the like for bonus modes, because they always have to come up with these sort of things in order to give the home console versions value. Just wanted to pop in and say hi. Enjoy dipping Molly. Yeah, I'm probably gonna like be off soon anyway, like after I go through like one of these missions or two. Just because, like,
we're here at last.
Oh wait, it's just playing the first. It's just playing the first cutscene of the arcade game. Holy shit! That's ridiculous. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Have a good night. I'll enjoy like what energy I have left in streaming this, and then I'll call it for tonight. You take care, man. Yeah, this is a weird mode. Unless it is making me wonder though if I'm possibly like missing something from like the mission instructions given to me by Molly, just trying to like look for. Oh wait, there it is. Can I please? Oh.
Mission complete.
Wait, seriously? That's it?
I'm so happy. Thank you very much, mister.
This is weird. This is a weird mode. Okay. Wait, hold on. Like, if these two were vampires, now I'm wondering how are they clearly out here at dusk when like the sun should still be up, technically. I don't know. It's weird. Obviously, the game's just doing what it wants to for the sake of looking cool. Ah, shit. Wow, how did I miss both of those? Oh, crap. Oh, wow. Yeah, I just need to skip all these cutscenes. I don't care. Huh. Interesting. Wait, seriously? It's just gonna keep going? That's the whole idea? It's just the main arcade game, but you get extra missions that you could do. Yeah, I'm actually gonna go back to the title screen. There's gotta be something else to this. I assume that's...
Oh no! I left my doll Molly.
No. Okay. I have no idea what else it's possibly expecting me out of this. Hunter's Files. What are these? Detailed player info. Okay. Definitely seems like that there's some extra goodies that could be had from this. Or if I'm more fortunate, I'll probably like find like a save file I can download from online and move up to my memory card. Just to get access to all this stuff. Or at the very least, I feel like I would do that specifically with Ninja Assault just because it does not seem as... That game, at least as far as how it feels for me, not as fun compared to this. This feels like this being made by a Sega studio already says a lot about like the innate quality of it. But yeah, we got training challenges. We might as well. Success. Love that emphasis on the pause between suck and cess. Yeah, real good there, video game. Real good. Yeah, I might as well just see what all three of these have, because I don't think it's a case where they're gonna like unlock multiple types of... Okay. Yeah, so the whole point of the number there is like telling you how many bullets it's going to take, and then once that's done, you should reload just to be ready. Not bad. Not bad, I suppose. Reloading is definitely easier to like manage myself when I actually have a button that I can just press to do that. Okay, shoot target a required number of times within the time limit.
Ready? Go!
Oh! Wow! That expects you to be stupid fast.
Go!
Wow! That's insane. Like, they really expect you to do that all within like 9 seconds, and they're like the tightest time limit possible. That feels disproportionately a lot harder than the first two exercises. I gotta admit. Oh, simulation. Training all round. And battle simulation. Wow, the feature set on this is packed. I'm surprised. Like, admittedly, same for Ninja Assault. Because of like all the different campaigns it had and the mission modes. But again, I'm still less convinced about that compared to this because of just how just how like the shooting enemies and the pacing as they come about feels in comparison to that. So let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's another short stream, but I'd say that's a fine stopping point, honestly. Like these are anytime I do a stream for like these sort of Lightgun games, they've never been on the long side of things, and I generally wouldn't want it to be that way because having to hold this gun and like rapid fire trigger pull, like you realize how much that can be like tiring, not really on your fingers, but just like on the rest of your forearm. Having to do that while also holding to the best of your ability, holding the gun con to like straight and aiming in the direction you want it to. But this was a fun night. Like one of these games was average at best, and then the other was surprisingly enjoyable, if not a bit less fleshed out on like just the main arcade playthrough compared to other House of the Dead games, which this is clearly inspired by too, especially. Okay, so that's gonna be it. The stream schedule is still gonna be back to its regular scheduling as always. So Wednesday, Kaboom Dragoon and I will be back at it with Kingdom Hearts 2. And then another thing I'll have planned for the weekend stream, which I'll obviously explain that a bit more once we get to the stream before that, you know, as we get closer and all. Because I've still got plenty of ideas going through my head of what to do. Or you could just look at the schedule page, like on my Twitch channel. Which screw it, I might as well say like I'm planning to do like a bitter mode playthrough of the Wii original version of No More Heroes, like the first one. Like after spending a whole week playing No More Heroes 3, like getting as much of the ins and outs of it as possible, it did get me thinking, man, like this game's combat is good, but I also still like the very specific things that one has, and I kind of want to go through that again, which includes like going through the Wii original again, and some of the specifics that version has that the Switch clearly does not, like the controller microphone acting as the cell phone, or getting to hear Heavenly Star anytime you go into a multitude of the different stores in Sand to Destroy. But that'll be for later, you know. I'll be especially curious to see how people take to me streaming the older version of No More Heroes, not just the Wii version, but also streaming it in 4x3 at 480i, because you know damn well any standard def game, I will always be doing what I can to take advantage of it on this CRT. It's not just Lightgun games. That is a promise. That is a guarantee of this channel. And with that, I am calling it a night.
Take care.